Hi, I'm Bill Liberis, Senior Editorial Director at IDG's Custom Solutions Group. And I'm sitting here talking to Bob Gourley, the popular enterprise security blogger, and we're talking about the death of the PC. Bob, welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Bill.
So there are people out there that will say today, the PC is dead, long live the PC. What do you think?
Well, I imagine PCs will be with us for a long time, just like mainframes are still with us. But we can say that something is different now. The PC era, we can say, has come to a close. There are now 1.2 billion PCs in the world. There are now over 4 billion active cell phone subscriber accounts in the world. Now, all those are not smartphones, but a growing number of them are smartphones, and smartphones are the fastest growing segment of the mobile device. So it's a new mobile era. And there's definitely something different about this architecture, and it has impacts on how enterprises make decisions regarding their data and security and their ConOps.
And let's not forget too the explosive growth in tablets. It's gone from 0 to 150 in no time. I mean, it's really quite astounding how tablets are taking hold in the enterprise as well as in the consumer world.
Absolutely.
Well, certainly the end of an era as significant as the PC era is going to have all sorts of implications, but probably none more profound than the implications on security. What are those implications?
So a very good question, and I think that's on the mind of so many professionals and enterprises today. Enterprises create data. You need to get it to your workforce. They're going to work on that data, create new knowledge, write it back to the enterprise. But how do you protect your data when it's outside the enterprise, when it's on a mobile device, perhaps one that you didn't provide to your workforce? The way you protect that is by multiple layers of defense. You encrypt the data en route to the device, you manage the configuration of that device, and you make sure there's no malicious code on that device. And I believe, based on what we've seen in the marketplace, there's a need for a whole new crop of solutions to really do that in an end-to-end way.
And well, not only that, too, when you think of in virtually all industries, there's a very significant compliance and risk management environment, whether it's the medical community with HIPAA or the government and so on and so forth. Can you secure all that data outside of your organization and still maintain compliance?
So you have to do that in a well-engineered way using solutions that, frankly, some of which don't exist right now. The solutions that do exist are you can encrypt your data from the enterprise to the device. There are other solutions that let you do configuration control on devices to make sure they're in compliance with your policy. There are other devices that let you fight malicious code on some of those devices, but not all. So that we're in a very high-risk environment when it comes to mobile devices, and Chief Information Security Officers and enterprises need to understand that and make sure that they are issuing the right policy to their workforce to make sure they can protect that data when it's outside the enterprise.
And then hopefully the workforce will follow that policy and governance as well. Last question, Bob. Again, in the context of what needs to be done and what's called the consumerization of IT, bringing millions of new devices into the environment, the business environment. How do you go about securing it in an era where budgets are so tight? I mean, whether it's the federal government or a lot of private industry out there, IT budgets are so stingy these days. Can it be done within the context of those budgets?
So I think one thing I've been trying to help people do is use the words functionality and security in the same sentence, the same breath, because really security is about functionality. So you have to have your information out to your people where they can work on it, or else your mission will not get accomplished. And it has to be secure. So it's not an either-or thing. And we just need to understand that and make sure that the IT budgets are executed smartly and that security does not suffer. And neither will functionality.
Well, onward and upward, right into the cloud, I guess, right?
Right, that's right.
Well, Bob Gourley, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Bill.
And I'm Bill Liberis from IDG saying thank you for joining me as well today.